Racing Setups is the longest running setup shop on iRacing. Our monthly subscription options start as low as $20 a month. We offer setups for dirt oval, asphalt oval, and road racing, covering a wide range of cars and skill levels. Built and tested by top-tier sim racers, this isn't just a business, it's a community of competitive drivers. If you want to better your iRacing experience, head over to PremierRacingSetups.com today. And remember, if you don't get one, you're going to chase one.
Hello everybody and welcome back to the NASRA Truck Series. Folks, thank you very much for joining. Thank you very much for staying tuned. This is the C.O.P.S Truck Series Pultz Popper 200. Mike McKinnon and Jake Greaves are not with us tonight. I'm your host, Sagar Bakshi, bringing you all the live cameras and commentary. Got the grid line up. It's going to be Matthew Wood on that pole position, Tristan Bruce, David Flanagan, Luke Smith, David Painter, Kenneth Hanley, Isaac Bevan, Joshua Rodriguez, Ryan Johnson, Brandon Broadfoot, Dana Shepard, and Lichty all lining the grid right now. More than 25 drivers taking to the grid tonight. Take a look at our race details. We have stage 1 coming up at lap 25, and stage 2 coming up at lap 95. And total laps that we're running are going to be 150. Total tire sets available down to 4. But 100% fuel, meaning the drivers can run these tires pretty long here at Darlington. One more lap added behind the pace truck here before we get underway. Pace truck is in now, and we're ready to rumble, folks. Green, 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 away we go down the front stretch here at Darlington. Be a good jump start there for Tristan Bruce on the high line in that number 3. Matthew Wood in the number 21, losing ground there. David Flanagan in the number 31 as well. Luke Kermit the Frog Smith further back. Devin Painter in the number 99 in P5. Isaac Bevan in 6th place. Ryan Johnson, Kenneth Hanley losing out 3 positions on the good run so far. Right now, Matthew David Wood leads over David Flanagan, Luke Kermit Smith, and Isaac Bevan in tow. Up those 3 positions. Back to the racing action. Raul Meza and Dana Shepard are going to go toe-to-toe and blow for blow here. The number 37 gets by Dana Shepard and James Beard now. Number 25, currently running in 17th, but started all the way down in 21st, so finding the pace that they need to get through to this stage win potentially. Cody Knott running with Brandon Broadfoot and Matthew Cummins in the train back here for P21, P22, and 23. Down to 24th for Matthew Cummins. Up at the front, there goes the 31 of David Flanagan trying to get a move done. Up ahead on the opponent of Matthew Wood, who's defending hard but fair. Up for P2. Only lap 8 of 25, but the drivers are still putting down best lap times down into the 30s. Still, and we're going to fan out 3 wide, nearly bump doors, bump banging all the way down in towards turn 1 between the 21 and the number 3. All the way down to the stripe. They're going to go side by side. A little bit of overlap there for that number 21 on Tristan Bruce. And further back, it'll be Devin Painter and Ryan Johnson. Exchanging position, Devin Painter back down into P6 for the X-Side machine. And a big old slide there for Tristan Bruce. I think the tire wear is starting to become a factor already, even though we're only down to lap 10. Cheers for Flanagan in chat. Those cheers coming out from Jesus. Look at these beautiful liveries representing the C.O.P.S badging. Oh, and a little bit of a hit to the wall. It'll be Ryan Johnson right up ahead, having a big hit to the wall. A compromise run from the number 99 now. It's going to get Isaac Bevan the opportunity that he needs to climb up. On board with Bevan as he touches the wall in his chase of Devin Painter in the number 99. Here at the Pultz Pomper 200. Now Isaac Bevan still in this chase behind Devin Painter, running better lap times overall. But we all know it's one thing to catch, it's a whole nother thing to pass. At this stage of the race, better off to just conserve, or you better off going for an attacking glance as Bevan tries to make his presence known on the Chevy up ahead. Now goes for the high side, the long way around the outside, but has to be careful of that wall yet again. It's coming at him fast. It gets a little slide job, but he's able to keep the tarmac beneath him. Number 27, Isaac Bevan, with an amazing overtake. James Beard running behind Jeff Merrick. Number 60 truck running a beautiful livery, or paint scheme, I should say. Beard and Lechty. That's Adam in that 35 machine, and he's losing out ground, losing one position. Now is going to be two, as that's going to be the 37 of Raul Meza looming. And Meza's through in the Serve Pro, number 37. Only 10 to go left in the stage. It's still anybody's ball game. Tristan Bruce, Matthew Wood, David Flanagan, the 1, 2, 3 currently. And that's the 22 of Brandon Broadfoot putting his down. Getting a move on Adam Lechty, who's losing out more ground, the number 35. More ground losses. There's Matthew Montgomery lurking behind, waiting to get through. No, that's Dana Shepard, excuse me. Getting through. Oh, and change for the lead while this was going on. Matthew Wood, with 8 to go, inherits the lead of the race yet again. Tristan Bruce in P2, David Flanagan back in third place. And with 7 to go, it's still anybody's ball game. But can Tristan Bruce get back up into the coveted top spot here in the final moments of the stage, or will it fall further down the order as the 31 Flanagan gets his elbow out as the leaders cross the line? It'll be 6 left to go. Five left here. Matt Cherry trying to find better than 10th. Has the number 1 of Joshua Rodriguez just ahead. The I rating here in this field goes all the way from 800 to 5K, 6K nearly. Back up to the front, Matthew Wood leads by 0.7 of a second and expands that gap with every corner. Tristan Bruce in second place, P3 for David Flanagan, but for how long will this last for as Flanagan mounts his attack with just 3 left to go? Flanagan tries to go high and on the accelerator early to get by Bruce up ahead. But just not quite there. Tries to go for something different this time. But again, Tristan Bruce covers it off, but not enough there, as now the overlap exists for Flanagan to get through with just 2 laps remaining in the stage. It's going to be Tristan Bruce slapping the wall, losing even more time now, bringing Ryan Johnson into the mix. And that'll be it. The end of the stage. Matthew Wood, David Flanagan, Tristan Bruce, Ryan Johnson, Luke Smith, Devin Painter, Matthew Lee, Joshua Rodriguez, Isaac Bevan, Matt Cherry. Round out your top 10 here at the end of the stage. We'll be right back after a quick commercial break, folks. Don't go anywhere.
Starbase 1552 Comics. We sell everything a collector would want. Comics, Funkos, action figures, and so many more. A real American comic book shop. We are online only. Starbase 1552 Comics. Find us on eBay Auctions.
Premier Racing Setups is the longest running setup shop on iRacing. Our monthly subscription options start as low as $20 a month. We offer setups for dirt oval, asphalt oval, and road racing, covering a wide range of cars and skill levels. Built and tested by top-tier sim racers, this isn't just a business, it's a community of competitive drivers. If you want to better your iRacing experience, head over to PremierRacingSetups.com today. And remember, if you don't get one, you're going to chase one.
Craftsmanship that lasts a lifetime is Florida Cabinet Distributors. With over 20 years in business and 39 years of woodmaking experience, they proudly serve Northeast Florida to Southeast Georgia, delivering custom woodwork that combines precision, beauty, and durability. Whether you're dreaming of a custom kitchen, bathroom vanity, fireplace and mantle, entertainment center, outdoor kitchen, or even a full library, we can build it at Florida Cabinet Distributors, exactly the way that you envision. Hey, no project is too big or too small. If it's made of wood, Florida Cabinet Distributors can make it. Call or text Steve today. Yes, They gave us his personal cell number, 904-874-3442. That's 904-874-3442 to book today. Florida Cabinet Distributors, craftsmanship that lasts a lifetime.
And we're back, folks, here in Darlington. Matthew Wood took the win. Unbelievable yet again. Can he be stopped? Well, let's take a look. Here's the green flag drops. Big Dustin Scruggs, Matthew Wood, Tristan Brutes, and Ryan Johnson. Further back, David Flanagan started in third, running in fifth place, has the 04 of Matt Lee behind, and that 04. Man, oh man, I'm not going to say good things about him just yet. Just take a look at the timing tower and tell me what that number says, because that 04 has a big old gain right now. That's all I want to say, because I don't want to give him the you-know-what. We're going to leave it just right there. Jeff Merritt, Joshua Rodriguez, Luke Smith, all in battle. Number 83, Florida Cabinets Distributor, slides up to the high side behind the 45, but loses ground to that number 1 of Joshua Rodriguez. Where's the number 25 of James Beard going? Forwards or backwards right now? They're up 9 positions currently. Trying to find their way forward, but they got the number 27 locked in tow. Number 45 of Matt Cherry there on the inside line. Loses that 1 position already. Now he's going to lose another one, this time to Brandon Broadfoot. James Beard, Devin Painter. Still going after it was Isaac Bevan and Brandon Broadfoot, but there's the slide from the 27 of Isaac Bevan, but he's able to recover it with an unbelievable catch. .38 and the number 1, Josh Rodriguez and Ryan Johnson. Settle their battle down. And the laps keep ticking away, but the gaps start to grow. As things start to settle in, this is starting to look like a pretty green and clean race here at Darlington for the most part. Definitely a different race than what we saw last week. Keith Hanley looking as good as ever in his profile picture. Matthew Wood back up there, but this time Josh Rodriguez is challenging for positions, and he'll find the inside line on Matthew Wood. Relinquishes P2. I think he definitely has something cooking right now as far as strategies. Looking forward to the final stint of this race rather than going for the stage win, if I could gather. The 25 and the 3, James Beard and Tristan Bruce. Now, that'll be the Broadfoot again. And then number 22 currently running in P5 now. P6, excuse me, as he gets by Tristan Bruce. Ed Osborne locked behind Ryan Johnson, the Mario brother. They'll stay right over the rear wing of that number 38 Toyota TRD racing machine. Backs off a little bit, but 38 loses out ground, and the 28 will slip right on through with that opportunity. James Beard taking advantage of the situation as the 21 has a big wiggle there. Loses out 2 positions on this lap. Isaac Bevan and Matt Lee currently running in 12th position, with Isaac Bevan running in 11th. Absolutely unbelievable. Josh Rodriguez now losing out ground to Dustin Scruggs, the number 1 and the number 11 battle for the lead. But we have the 21st of 95 laps to go in this stage now. Who's giving it all they've got and who's definitely backing off? Locked in battle, the 31 of David Flanagan, Matt Cherry, and Matthew Montgomery, with Raul Meza the foursome here on a lap number 46. Matt Cherry now slapping up with the wall, getting familiar with the concrete. Matthew Wood keeps on losing positions now. Nick Sacco, the next culprit here. Now, Matthew Wood surely has something up his sleeve coming up to the stage, right? Last lap around 32.4 compared to those around lapping into the 31s. Dustin Scruggs also losing ground, lapping around the 32s. Brendan Broadfoot 32.0 last time by. '22 is going to lick the stamp and send it on Dustin Scruggs. That'll be a position secured for that number 11. Devin Painter now shaking things up as the Florida Cabinets distributor badge number 60 goes through on Flanagan. And Flanagan really has lost out big this round. Now the battle for the lead between Joshua Rodriguez and Kermit the Frog begins to focus up. Kermit the Frog started back in 4th position, currently running back in P2, has all over the front of him Joshua Rodriguez. And Rodriguez has led us for these 11 laps thus far. But can he carry us to the stage at this point in time for the Ford Racing Machine? Pit stop call for 11. Dustin Scruggs, Matt Lee both come down into the pits, pitting under green flag. obviously losing a significant amount of time. Now are the drivers that are staying out waiting for this caution that may or may not come halfway through the stage. Take a look at the gains again. There goes Beard up 18 spots as the number 83 tries to challenge Rodriguez. And we start to see lap traffic become an obstacle for the leaders. A little bit of a wiggle there for Rodriguez on the high line, but the 83 is going to drive through focused and fast, leaving Josh Rodriguez in the dust already by nearly half a second. Matt Lee and Ryan Johnson. There comes out Dustin Scruggs back in P17. Sits behind Dana Shepard for nearly 18 seconds. Doesn't really have a drafting partner anywhere near him, so I'm wondering how beneficial this pit stop was to a guy like Scruggs, as he chases down the 3 ahead. That'll be Tristan Bruce, who's on lap 59, so he is a lap ahead, but we'll see the position, and there goes the 44 of Dana Shepard on the inside line coming down pit road on entry. And Scruggs through. Let's go back up to Flanagan. They have Matthew Montgomery locked into their wing. Three different manufacturers locked into the top 3 right now, as Luke Smith drives that Toyota badged vehicle as far as possible into the future. The 24 and the 31 exchange blows, but there comes the 04. That'll be Matt Lee on fresh rubber, and he is just blazing by those on old tires. Same thing for the 38. That's Ryan Johnson, and we're just seeing the difference between pace between those on old tires and those that have picked the new. Lap times coming back in the 30s for those on new rubber versus those 32s still coming in. Top speed relatively the same, though, between sets of tires. And there comes Flanagan down pit lane. And a beautiful drift on entry. And there comes out the 21 and the 3 simultaneously. Now this will be the real test to see where Dustin Scruggs cycles back into the remainder of the field. With all things said and done, he's currently running back in P11. Net gain of still 5 for the McConey setup shop driver. And definitely starting to see some good lap times coming in from Dustin Scruggs. He is the fastest of the top 10 now. again into those 30s as the rest of the field up ahead, still into the 32s, not coming in to the pit lane that I see for that top 10 field. Dane Hagen on his way out up ahead. Be a battle between the 22 and the 45, both clatter with the wall. As Brandon Broadfoot able to catch the fence there for Catch Fence Motorsports. And getting overtaken by quite a few cars as he got slowed down significantly from that clatter with the wall. .45 of Matt Cherry. 4.6K I rating. Unbelievable. Currently running in P20. Has a long way to go to the top if he wants to rock and roll tonight. And I'm sure he'll find it. Jeff Merrick decides it's time to come down pit road. That'll be lap 65 for Merrick. And still seeing that top 10, or top 8, I should say, now that Scruggs into the top 9. Still decide to stay out. And there goes Nick Sacco into the pits. That'll be the first of the drivers in the top 10 to make this decision. He'll have a well-executed stop. On lap 67 for Sacco. Where does Sacco come out in relation to the traffic? He's still in the top 10, comes out just around Matt Lee and Matthew Wood. But on a colder set of tires, has to definitely relinquish the position to Matthew Wood in the number 21. Further back, Ed Osborne still battling. But losing ground to those around him right now. These 32.7s are not looking good for Ed Osborne, Matthew Montgomery, Brandon Broadfoot. Going slowly there on the apron. This might be his decision to come down pit road for the second time. Matt Lee, Ryan Johnson separated by around 2.8 seconds. It's Matthew Wood and Matt Lee that they have to worry about. Top 8 on the lead lap currently, down to Wood back. And there goes Montgomery dropping back behind Dustin Scruggs. This was happening from a long time coming, as Scruggs clearly has the momentum in the drive. Whoa, and there's a big hit to the wall from the driver behind. I think that might have been Matthew Wood. Dana Shepard, excuse me, is the driver that crashed. Ryan Johnson now under attack, this time from Tristan Bruce. And they both pit around the same strategy, so this is going to be a battle for outright pace. The 38 trying to hold on to 11th position. Well, Tristan Bruce is definitely trying to shake things up and climb back up through the order into the top 10. Bruce is going to find a way by. Up the inside line. Oh my goodness, and the 38 clatters with the barriers. Comes down low. I think that was an apology from the 38 of Ryan Johnson for tapping Tristan Bruce. Brandon Broadfoot does decide to come through pit lane. Jacked up on one side. Let's see if he gets taken both side tires. And that will be both side tires for Broadfoot. And I believe he's going to run this to the end of the stage. The 87 of Keith Haney, and Jeff Merrick. Jeff Merrick on the inside run in the number 60, while Haney in the 87, high lane machine. I believe I misspoke earlier. I believe I said that was a Florida Cabinet Distributors badge car of Jeff Merrick. No, that's not. That is a Florida Southwestern badge machine of that number 60. So my apologies. Luke Smith, Kermit the Frog, decides to come down pit road on lap 78. Now, is this too late for anybody to make up the ground that they're going to lose under these green flag pit stops? Have they made their bed at this point? Here comes Merrick through a flock of trucks. And slingshots his way around relatively well. That'll be the 27 of Isaac Bevan he just got around. So getting the lap back on those that have still only taken one pit stop. Now locked in with David Flanagan, no longer as Merrick slingshots and jettisons himself around the opportunity. Raul Meza lock in key with the 45 of Matt Cherry. Here's the battle for the podium right now is between Ed Osborne and Isaac Bevan. They both pit on lap 27, so the battle comes down to strategy and who's conserved the most at this point in the race. Looking back at Dustin Scruggs, he's not waiting for an opportunity. He is seizing the day as he gets by Matthew Wood in the number 21. Next up for Scruggs, it's got to be Ed Osborne. Ryan Johnson and Matthew Montgomery There goes Montgomery in the number 24 lock and key behind Ryan Johnson, but we have to fade away from this for just a moment because Ed Osborne's ready to make his move, or is that Dustin Scruggs ready to make his move on Ed Osborne? It is the other way around. And Scruggs back up to 13 gained. We'll get one done on Osborne as he finds his way back up into a podium points paying position for the stage for now. Josh Rodriguez back into the lead of the race, but has James Beard behind. Number 1 foreign fuel machine. Leading us for 21 laps thus far. Which is 33 till the end of stage 2. It's all still up for grabs. One tiny mistake can still mean the difference between being a hero and coming back home with nothing tonight. Top 9 here on the lead lap still. All the way down to Ryan Johnson. Luke Smith would be the first driver a lap down right now. David Flanagan back there in 13th position. It's got Jeff Merrick in his crosshairs right now. And we're still looking for these battles. Tristan Bruce back in the mix finally. This time it's going to be Isaac Bevan. He's going to walk right on by. No questions asked. Isaac Bevan still tumbling down the order and definitely hemorrhaging those tires right now. There goes Rodriguez. The number 1 finally decides he's had enough on that set of rubber and will come down pit and start the timer. Ed Osborne decides to do the same on lap 88, going on to lap 89. James Beard into the pits as well. And this hands over the lead of the stage to none other than Mr. Dustin Scruggs. Mr. Scruggs has Matthew Wood a little ways back, 1.8 seconds at this point in the stage. But the lap times are definitely going Matthew Wood's way as Scruggs now has the 24 who's trying to stay on the lead lap. 24 Matthew Montgomery fighting for every bit he can. Jeff Merrick might lose some ground here. David Flanagan, Nick Sacco, and Luke Smith. And a tire fade now starting to definitely become a thing again. And I'm curious about Isaac Bevan's strategy, as he has just been dropping like a stone. His last pit stop, though, was on lap 27. So I wonder how much longer that Isaac Bevan's going to decide to stay out there for, because those lap times are definitely not going his way right now. 33.7, 33.8 his last 2 laps. Jeff Merrick and David Flanagan right behind him. Oh, but the battle for the lead now, as Matthew Wood has closed down the gap on Dustin Scruggs now. Cue the Jaws music, folks, as Matthew Wood chases down Scruggs ahead. And that'll be it for the stage. It wasn't enough time for Matthew Wood to close down the gap on Scruggs at the end of the day. It was close, but no cigar. The stage win will go the way of Dustin Scruggs, with Wood coming back in P2. Tristan Bruce in third. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be right back after these commercial breaks.
Craftsmanship that lasts a lifetime is Florida Cabinet Distributors. With over 20 years in business and 39 years of woodmaking experience, they proudly serve Northeast Florida to Southeast Georgia, delivering custom woodwork that combines precision, beauty, and durability. Whether you're dreaming of a custom kitchen, bathroom vanity, fireplace and mantle, entertainment center, outdoor kitchen, or even a full library, we can build it at Florida Cabinet Distributors, exactly the way that you envision. Hey, no project is too big or too small. If it's made of wood, Florida Cabinet Distributors can make it. Call or text Steve today. Yes, they gave us his personal cell number, 904-874-3442. That's 904-874-3442 to book today. Florida Cabinet Distributors, craftsmanship that lasts a lifetime.
Starbase 1552 Comics. We sell everything a collector would want. Comics, Funkos, action figures, and so many more. A real American comic book shop. We are online only. Starbase 1552 Comics. Find us on eBay Auctions.
Premier Racing Setups is the longest running setup shop on iRacing. Our monthly subscription options start as low as $20 a month. We offer setups for dirt oval, asphalt oval, and road racing, covering a wide range of cars and skill levels. Built and tested by top-tier sim racers, this isn't just a business, it's a community of competitive drivers. If you want to better your iRacing experience, head over to PremierRacingSetups.com today. And remember, if you don't get one, you're going to chase one.
And we are back, folks. Tristan Bruce, Matthew Wood, just about everybody taking that pit stop there. Isaac Bevan finally coming down pit road. Dustin Scruggs, Ryan Johnson, Jeff Merrick, David Flanagan, Luke the Frog, Luke Kermit the Smith Frog, excuse me. Devin Painter, Keith Haney, Matt Lee, Raul Meza, Matthew Montgomery round out the top 14 drivers, all on the lead lap. Pace truck is in, and the restart zone is green, 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 and we still have some of the field trying to catch back up, but it will be Tristan Bruce leading the charge in front of Matthew Wood, then Dustin Scruggs and Isaac Bevan, who's really done a great job to prove me wrong on that pit stop strategy coming into the second stage. Two by two between Scruggs, Flanagan, Bevan, and Johnson. Or is that Merrick and Johnson? That is going to be Merrick and Johnson. And just about everybody did come in there on lap 96. The only one to not would be Matthew Montgomery, staying out there and getting that lap back. Up ahead to the battle between Isaac Bevan and Mark. Side by side, they're going to battle it out. Mark up 14 positions, up into P5. Running very well tonight. And trying to find the end of it here. Now, back to green flag running with 78 of 95 to the end of the stage. We go racing. Matthew Wood in the lead in front of Tristan Bruce. And it looks like that wasn't the end of the stage. I apologize for misspeaking. It looked like that was Matt Lee actually crashing. There we go. Now the tower looks right. I apologize for the confusion, folks. And there's the 04 getting slidey with the 99. It's the 04 of Matt Lee. And Devin Painter. They're battling it out. The 83 of Luke Smith is here. Trying to get involved himself any which way. Looking further back as well as the 28, getting past the High Line Racing number 67. And that 67 is Nick Sacco, running in P7 right now, and Ed Osborne in P15 currently. There's our next caution, and I'm not seeing the causation for that. As the safety car comes out, we'll take a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back, folks. Don't go anywhere.
Premier Racing Setups is the longest running setup shop on iRacing. Our monthly subscription options start as low as $20 a month. We offer setups for dirt oval, asphalt oval, and road racing, covering a wide range of cars and skill levels. Built and tested by top-tier sim racers, this isn't just a business, it's a community of competitive drivers. If you want to better your iRacing experience, head over to PremierRacingSetups.com today. And remember, if you don't get one, you're going to chase one.
And we're back, folks. Sitting behind the pace truck yet again. This will only be the third caution of the race, though. All other cautions coming out naturally for the stages of the race. This one only being the one that came out due to some incident. I'm just not seeing what happened on my event tracker, so we cannot pull a replay. But there goes the 28 of Ed Osborne out to get his lap back, as Dustin Scruggs and Matthew Montgomery were both in the pits. Ed Osborne becomes a lucky dog. Here at Darlington, well, this is one of the toughest ovals in motorsports, the Darlington Raceway, where the place isn't just about speed, it's about survival, tire management, and respecting the walls. And we've seen quite a few drivers go to toe with those barriers. The track conditions here are extremely abrasive, as we can see from the cracks in the track. Extremely abrasive and eats tires alive, with the drivers only getting those 4 sets to get through the 150 here, with 40 remaining. Drivers all squared up 2 by 2 now. Matthew Wood, Tristan Bruce, David Flanagan, and Jeff Merck line the first 2 rows here. Pace truck is in, and we're ready to hit that restart zone. And it's green, green, green. Barney waves the flag for us. Matthew Wood has a good jump start over Tristan Bruce there. But Bruce definitely not done with this conversation. Mark loses out 1 to David Flanagan, and further back it's almost 3 wide. Mr. Ryan Johnson up 2 positions right now on the game, but that's nothing compared to what Mark has been able to ascertain with a phenomenal 15 up right now. Raul is a no slouch in his own right, currently up 13 positions back in P11, still has a lot to be gained. Here's Isaac Bevan and Ryan Johnson looking further back at the battle between Matt Cherry and the number 1 of Joshua Rodriguez, who was leading us for quite a few laps, but unable to clinch it there at the end of the stage. Matthew Wood trailing Tristan Bruce. Only 0.2 of a second back is Bruce. Merck there as well. In fourth position, not too far behind. The battle up ahead, though, slowly slipping away from Flanagan. And starts to expand to 0.4 of a second. There goes Cherry through on the 25, but it's going to be close between Beard and Cherry. Gotta respect the walls here at Darlington, or they will eat you alive. Jeff Merrick doing so as he gets close to, but no cigar with, the barriers. Jeff Merrick currently running in fourth position and very well for himself. Hopefully be able to talk to him on the podium tonight in that number 60. Matthew Montgomery going through on the 83. That's Luke Smith. And he is eating up the concrete here at Darlington. '83 again. Luke Smith making mistakes with the barrier. To be Joshua Rodriguez getting a lap back on that number 83 of Luke Smith without question. And further behind Rodriguez is going to be the 45 of Matt Cherry, 25 of James Beard. Everybody's going to walk right on by. Cody not a little too far back this time by to get anything done. Dustin Scruggs, who led us for 24 laps, currently running in ninth position, has Devin Painter in tow. Painter has Montgomery behind, and up ahead is Isaac Bevan. Just 30 laps remaining. And I don't know what you think, but that Dustin Scruggs McConey setup shop car has just looked planted all race long. And it has been keeping up with the best of them. Matthew Wood, Tristan Bruce, Flanagan. Dustin Scruggs has definitely been up there as far as pace is concerned. He has been able to breach into the 29s just yet. But his best a 30.0. Matthew Wood's best 29.8. I think that will be the fast lap of the race so far. Tristan Bruce to the high side around David Flanagan. And Flanagan with a bit of a wiggle getting on exit out of turn 4 to the stripe. It will be Tristan Bruce with the overspeed through 1, takes it all the way up to the wall. And drags it back down to the apron. For the back, that'll be Merck and Dustin Scruggs. Excuse me, no, that is Merck and Nick Sacco. Up ahead, the 67. And Jeff Merrick just grinding with the wall like he's in a dark nightclub. This is going to drag Ryan Johnson along with him. The question stands now, can the drivers make it to the checkered flag with 27 to go? Well, they need at least one more stop. The way the tires are looking, 31.3 for the leader. Matthew Wood, 31s for the rest of the field by the looks of it. Dustin Scruggs came in on lap 108, along with Matthew Montgomery, James Beard on 107, Matt Cherry, Cody Knott, Dana Shepard, Brandon Broadfoot on 106. So those drivers can definitely make it to the checkered flag and are on the freshest tires right now. So expect to see Scruggs charge up forward a little bit further as the time ticks on. Ryan Johnson behind Mark now. And Dustin Scruggs all over Sacco as well, just up ahead of this battle. Dustin Scruggs doesn't even need an entire lap, gets through on Sacco with 10 lap fresher tires. Matthew Montgomery and Matt Lee, and there's a big incident as Matt Lee is going to drag that paint job all up against the concrete. And there's a whole lot of green being left behind from Matt Lee, currently running in 13th now. Here to finish off the Pultz Pomper 200 with 23 laps left to go. Can Jeff Merrick recover anything left, or is it all downhill from here? The 38 trying to tumble that boulder down the hill. That's going to be Ryan Johnson getting there to the inside, leading down towards the stripe. But close but no cigar. Merck still leads going in towards turn one. But again, that high side is a little bit dangerous. You can see Merck getting a bit of a wiggle there and now getting slide job. The 38 slid through the exit of turn two. It would come down to the asymmetrical or egg-shaped oval down to 3 and 4. This time the 38 is very much alongside Merck, demanding a little bit more real estate. Merck goes to the high side and loses out those 3 positions. Dustin Scruggs, David Flanagan, as Scruggs tries to find his spot on the podium to secure it. And the 67 behind, that's Nick Sacco. Scruggs, Flanagan, Sacco, all on the same lap. Duking it out for the podium. Tristan Bruce, Matthew Wood securing P1, P2. By the looks of it, 8-10 separate Bruce from Wood. Scruggs 2.5 seconds back from Bruce. Might be a mountain too big to climb, but we'll have to keep an eye on that. Let's check in with Keith Haney as he chases down Raul Meza up ahead. Ed Osborne here with Cody Knott. There goes Cody. But Ed Osborne has the speed, drives right on by. It's the battle for 18th and 19th position right now. Up here with Ryan Johnson in front of Matthew Montgomery. They've lost touch with Sacco. Keith Haney, Raul Meza. As Raul takes the high line, loses ground to the number 87. It says the 67 on the door, hence the confusion earlier. The high line racing machine. There goes Montgomery. Trying to defend the 24 behind. And Ryan Johnson up ahead, that number 38 black and orange machine. Defending like a lion. And the 24 slows down Matthew Wood. Loses out ground. Let's check in with Flanagan here. And Nick Sacco. As Sacco has just driven the wheels off this machine to catch up to Flanagan in P4. With just 7 minutes of racing left to go, it's still anybody's ball game of who is going to come out on top at this point. Could it be Matthew Wood, Tristan Bruce, Dustin Scruggs, Flanagan? Anybody in the top four, or even Sacco, Johnson, Montgomery, Isaac Bevan. Or anyone even further down the order than that. Checking in on Ed Osborne, Matt Cherry. Cherry and the NOS high performance energy drink. Number 45 having a bit of a wiggle, touches the wall. That'll be Ed Osborne finding P17. Dustin Scruggs finding P2 as he gets around Tristan Bruce. Amazing stuff here out of Dustin Scruggs coming in through the final heat. Just got a right strategy dialed in. Sacrificed it for stage 2. Able to stitch it all together, though. Now, the weight of the world rests on Dustin Scruggs' shoulders. Can he catch up to Matthew Wood up ahead? Here's Joshua Rodriguez and Ed Osborne. Isaac Bevan, we've seen him rise and fall through the ranks throughout this race, but with under 10 to go here at the Pultz Popper 200, I'm curious to see where he ends up falling. He's got Devin Painter right behind in that number 99, and they're equally matched as far as iRacing is concerned here on lap 141. The gap has come down between Matthew Wood and Dustin Scruggs. It rests at 1.5 now. I believe Scruggs has pulled all the stops now. We have Bevan, Painter, Haney locked in this threesome. Seven to go into the final 200 of the Pultz Bomber. 27 backs out after clattering with the wall. The 99 loses ground a little bit, but finds the way through at turn one to get a slingshot, and the momentum belongs to them. And there's a big wiggle from Isaac Bevan out in front of this trio. This might compromise him all the way through 3 and 4 as the 99 drags his paint along the concrete barrier. The 67 Highline of Keith Haney finds a way through and gets the 2-for-1 special. And there's Isaac Bevan further back, more touching with the wall. This might bring out a caution if he can't get this car settled down. He does get it settled down, but at the cost of a few positions. Isaac Bevan falls back down into P11. The gap between Scruggs and Tristan Bruce has stagnated around the 1 second mark. Matthew Wood about 2 seconds in the lead of Dustin Scruggs. Devin Painter, Keith Haney still going to duke it out on the racetrack with just 4 to go. That'll be 2 minutes on the clock. Matthew Wood leads us with 3 to go and keeps on pulling out all the stops. A little bit of traffic problems for Dustin Scruggs as he loses out time. And Tristan Bruce gets through cleanly, so the gap comes down to just 7/10 between Bruce and Scruggs in the battle for P2 and P3. Bevan loses a position there to Jeff Merrick in the battle for 12th and 13th. This will be it. The white flag is waving. Barring anything crazy from happening, Matthew Wood has driven an amazing race tonight. Absolutely phenomenal. From green to checkered flag, has commanded the field tonight. The number 21 will bring home the checkered flag and be drinking a tall glass of champagne from the high step on the podium. Number 21 gets through the restart zone, crosses the checkered stripe, and brings home P1. Dustin Scruggs not too far back, 2.6 seconds back, will bring home P2. Tristan Bruce in P3. David Flanagan in P4. Nick Sacco in 5th. Ryan Johnson in 6th. Matthew Montgomery in 7th. Keith Haney, Raul Meza, and Devin Painter round out your top 10. Further down, Luke Smith in 11th, Jeff Merrick in 12th, Isaac Bevan in 13th, James Beard in 14th, Ed Osborne, Joshua Rodriguez, Matt Cherry, Cody Knott, Dana Shepard, Brandon Broadfoot, Matt Lee, Dane Hagan, Matthew Cummins, Adam Leakey, Curtis Banks, TJ Moore, rounding out the participants here tonight. Let's get a look at those results as we let Matthew Wood burn it down. There's those results for you. Matthew Wood took the win in front of Dustin Scruggs, Tristan Bruce, David Flanagan, Nick Sacco, Ryan Johnson, Matthew Montgomery, Keith Haney, Raul Meza, Devin Painter round out your top 10. Then we have Luke Smith, Jeff Merck, Isaac Bevan, James Beard, Ed Osborne, Joshua Rodriguez, Matt Cherry, and Matt Lee rounding out the top 18. Further back, Cody Knott, Dana Shepard, Brandon Broadfoot, Dane Hagan, Matthew Cummins, Adam Lichty, Curtis Banks, and TJ Moore rounding out everybody here tonight. And it looks like we've got our drivers ready to get interviewed, so let's go ahead and pull them in just a moment. Let's talk to first Matthew David Wood. Matthew, that was an amazing race out here tonight here in Darlington. Talk to us about the green flag run-in here and how it really was a different pace than what we did last week.
Well, this track is very, very slick. It's very hard to get, on throttle, and getting into the corner there in stage 2, it was really, really difficult for me. It was a bit strange. It felt like, getting into the corner, but overall, just keeping the tires on it, keeping them from overheating was the main thing. I saved a set of tires there at the end of stage 1 and tried to run down Dustin for the stage 2 win. Unfortunately, couldn't get it, but it's good stuff for him. Great run for him going from the back to second. It's incredible for Mission 1 and himself, but it's still a technical racetrack like last week was, but it's just so high paced. The rear tires don't stay on it. It's a very difficult pit road, but I think we all did very, very well tonight. Not many cautions at all. So that was very, very fun.
It was beautiful. It was green, clean, and respectful. I don't know what else I could have asked for other than being out on the racetrack myself, Matthew Wood, which looked like you guys were having a world of a time. Anybody you'd like to shout out or anybody you'd like to thank on the victory tonight?
Well, I got to thank the entirety of Mission 1. I'm always in there with Dustin and Matt Cherry. Those two are great to be around. I got to thank everybody who supports the NASR 360 Broadcasting Network. I got to thank everybody that supports me and outlierspeedco.com. We make the best setups on iRacing. Just praying for all the people in Eden, Oklahoma. It was catastrophic last night to see such a storm. But from what I understand, nobody was killed, and that's God's miracle, because that's probably the worst tornado I've covered. They call me the weatherman, but my job isn't to look out for that stuff. It's to keep people warned of that stuff. And it's always hard to, you can warn people as much as you can, but it's up to them to do what you're telling them to, or do, what the actual meteorologists are telling them to. So just very, very thankful that no one's actually passed away, and thank the Lord for sending Jesus Christ down for us. And we'll go on to a championship, and hopefully 4th time's a charm after, 4 seasons.
Good luck to you, Matthew Wood, and thank you very much for those words as well. It's important to remember and thank those people that give us that early warning detection. So thank you very much for what you do as well, whether it be hurricanes, tornadoes, and storms, or earthquakes. Everybody that is there, from first responders to first notification. It means the difference between saving a life and having one casualty.
Exactly. Thank you, brother.
Take care, Matthew Wood. Have a great night, my friend.
You too, brother.
Let's talk to Dustin Scruggs following that. Mr. Scruggs, pilot of the number 11. I mean, who didn't you battle with tonight, Scruggs? Because you worked your way from the back of the field to the top step, or to the top step of the podium at one point, but all the way up to P2 at the end of the day. You got to be pretty proud about that, right?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's my best finish all season, so I can't complain. I was hoping for a win, but a podium was nice as well. So
Absolutely. Now, talk to us about your qualifying pace versus your race pace. We saw you have a couple of different strategies come out than the rest of the field. Was that planned or opportunistic?
yeah, I mean, I'm just doing the math. I did the same thing last week where I wasn't going to take tires at stage one into stage one, and you can make it to stage two, and everybody pit, and I stayed out and skipped the field, and kind of did the same thing this week because I was doing the math and I was like, well, I could get halfway to stage two. You can't make stage two in gas, so they're gonna have to pit either way. So I might as well stay out and leapfrog the field again. And as long as I didn't go a lap down in stage one, then I should be in good shape. So yeah, it worked out for me that time.
Masterclass strategy there, Dustin. Excellent work to get up to P2, driving that Toyota to the second step of the podium. Anybody you'd like to shout out or anybody you'd like to thank tonight?
Yeah, I got to thank McConey. He's been always very supportive of iRacing and giving us the setups that we need for open setups. So appreciate McConey Setup Shop for that.
Good shout out. Go ahead, Dustin.
Yeah. I was gonna say also, got to thank the teammates there, Matthew Wood, Matthew Cherry. We're not running away with it this year, but I think we still had a pretty good season. So
absolutely. Mr. Scruggs, congratulations on the PT, your best results so far, and good luck to you for the rest of the championship.
I think, sir.
Last but not least, we have the number 3 of Tristan Bruce. Now, Tristan, you had a little bit of a roller coaster ride for your race as well. Started in P2, ended up in P3, but it was looking good for you for a long time. Talk to us about your race and how it felt through your eyes.
Yeah, I mean it was a good race overall, really good points night. So that sets me well. Going into Talladega, I think I'll be the highest points driver not locked in to the championship. So yeah, I think we're looking pretty good no matter what happens next Friday at Dega. But tonight was just really calm. We only had one caution for calls, so it was just hit your marks all night and try to be consistent. The rear tires burn off this thing pretty quick here, and it's super loose, coming out of every corner, just like last week at Richmond, off of every corner, every lap. You just got to play with that throttle just right. Can't step on it too hard and loop yourself. So, yeah, I mean, I couldn't have done anything else. I was talking to MDW, and I think for about 6 to 10 laps towards the end of the race, I think I found something. And I think I was gaining on him just very, very little in those closing laps, but Scruggs got to me with those fresh tires, and there was just nothing I can do. So, but no complaints on my side. It was a good race, good points. Other than wanting to get the win, I don't think I could ask for anything better tonight.
Absolutely. Good realistic expectations, Tristan Bruce. And you don't seem too beat up about the P2 either. You seem pretty upbeat about it, actually.
Yeah, just like I said, it was a good race for me all night. Very consistent. Just did what I had to do. Stayed in my lane. Didn't get into any trouble. So not like the race really had any, but
yeah,
just kept my truck clean all night. And yeah, just like I said, couldn't have done anything different. But no complaints on my side. I think P3 with a lot of points going into Dega next week is pretty much a win.
Absolutely. Now, Tristan, anybody you'd like to shout out or anybody you'd like to thank on the podium tonight?
Yeah, just thank you to Miss Jennifer with Charlotte Fence Builders on the truck every week. And thank you to all my friends and family that continue to support and watch me every week do this. And thank you to you. I know it was just you tonight with production and Colin. So good job, and thank you for sticking with us. Thank you to Brady, Cody, Josh, everyone involved. So we'll see you at Dega.
See you at Dega, hopefully. Take care, Tristan Bruce. Have a great night. And as always, stay safe out there.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
And that's going to wrap things up for us tonight, folks. Things have gotten quiet here at Darlington. As we get ready for Talladega coming up next week, everybody's thoughts are on the horizon and the closing stages of the championship. Who's going to be crowned the victor? Who's going to come out on top? Well, it's looking good for Matthew Wood there, but as we've heard, he's comes bridesmaid, never a bride. Hopefully, his luck changes here for his 4th season of running. Thank you, everybody, for joining. Thank you very much for staying tuned for Nazareth 360. This has been a production brought to you by Sagar Bakshi. Have a great night, and as always, make sure you stay safe out there. Bye-bye for now.